Greetings ladies and gents, it's Jake here, and in case you couldn't figure this out on your own, the Arkhamverse explores quite a lot of the Batman mythos. In fact, many details scattered across this series still remain unknown by a sizable amount of people. Well, more of those secrets and Easter eggs is exactly what we're here to discuss today. For today's episode, we're heading back in time to the events of Arkham Origins. Before we dive in, I want to thank all of you for your amazing support you've given this series so far, and getting me past the 100 subscriber mark. Go ahead and pat yourselves on the back now. With that being said, prop your feet up, grab a beverage, and relax, as we unpack 5 secrets of Arkham in Batman Arkham Origins. Here we go. Kicking things off, we're heading to the final offer, the Penguin's own little aviary of doom. When we go here in the beginning of the story to interrogate the Penguin on the whereabouts of Black Mask, just before heading into the theater room, we can see a miniature model of the final offer itself, along with a recorded message from the Penguin regarding the boat's previous ownership. Take a listen.
Behold, the final offer. Ain't she a beauty? And to think I bought her for a song with a band of Somali pirates. They were gonna sell her for scrap if you can believe it. Now, she weren't always called the final offer. That was my work of genius. In a previous life, she was the hybrid cargo cruise liner Olivia B. Meredith, a proud old ship indeed. They don't build them like this anymore. Tough as nails, and with all the amenities a man could want. Those pirates don't know what they let slip through their fingers.
That name, Olivia B. Meredith, is in fact a loose reference to Oliver Burgess Meredith, though known professionally as simply Burgess Meredith, the actor who portrayed the Penguin in the 1960s Batman TV show. Nevertheless, it's nice to see the Penguin giving some context to the boat's history, and even an outside reference to his own history as well. Our next secret takes us to Lacey Towers, the scene of a heinous crime, which took place a few days before the events of the game. Whenever Batman travels here for the first time to find a lead on Black Mask, one of the doors he'll pass on his way to the crime scene seems to be specifically reserved for a Dr. Penelope Young, the Arkham doctor who created the Titan formula and who we would later rescue during the events of Arkham Asylum. Luckily for her, she chose to stay in this hotel room instead of a few doors down. Although that wouldn't mean much in the grand scheme of things, as she would meet quite the gruesome fate either way. Wow, this just got morbid. Moving on! Third on the list, this one is pretty hilarious. After completing the main story, as well as a small number of case file reports and crimes in progress, Batman will receive a call from Captain Gordon in which he asks the world's greatest detective to track down 20 escaped inmates from Blackgate Prison. The mission in and of itself is very simple. Just follow your map marker, identify the prisoner marked by the orange glow, knock out his friends, interrogate him, and knock him out too. Pretty simple, right? Well, upon tracking down one of the prisoners, when you go to interrogate him after taking care of his buddies, the following interaction will take place.
Jingle bells! Batman smells! No.
This is, of course, a parody of the Christmas song Jingle Bells that's become pretty infamous in the comic book industry for a couple decades now. Naturally, Batman of all people would find this song rather irritating. At least this thug is in the Christmas spirit though. I guess all he wants for Christmas is his 2 front teeth. Or probably a whole new set of teeth at this point. Approaching the end at number 4, when we think of evil organizations of ninjas in the Batman lore, most of your minds probably jump to the League of Assassins, and while that's completely valid, there are small nods to another organization within this universe with similar motives. I'm of course talking about the Court of Owls. When traversing through the interior of the Gotham Pioneer Bridge, the location where you battle Firefly, you can actually come across a variation of the court's nursery rhyme, which reads as follows, quote, "Beware the court of owls that watches all the time, ruling Gotham from a shadowed perch behind granite and lion. They watch you at your hearth, they watch you in your bed. Speak not a whispered word of them, or they'll send the talon for your head." End quote. Clearly, the court has quite the reputation and continues to strike fear into the citizens of Gotham. Additionally, during your first boss battle against Bane at the Gotham Royal Hotel, 2 statues can be seen on the hotel balcony that closely resemble the Talon, the court's very own Angel of Death. I find it interesting that we got teases to the Court of Owls in this game, and the creators, WB Montreal, will be giving the Court of Owls quite the significant role in the upcoming Gotham Knights game. Just something to think about. And finally, for our last secret of the day, we're heading to the Batcave. It's at this location where we can learn quite a lot about not only Batman's past, but his plans for the future as well that would come to fruition later down the line. I want to draw your attention to some letters that can be found near Batman's crime board. The first letter reads, quote, "Dear Bruce, I will be in Rome till the 30th. I still have no news of my father. Please contact me as soon as you learn of anything. You know how to find me." End quote. The second letter reads, quote, "Dear Bruce, I will be in Paris till the 15th. I still have no news of my father. Please contact me as soon as you learn of anything. You know how to find me." End quote. Both of these letters are signed Andrea Beaumont, who a good amount of you may recognize as Bruce Wayne's lover from Batman Mask of the Phantasm. Spoiler, she is also the Phantasm herself. Clearly, she and Bruce have been in contact for some time, and judging by these letters, she seems to know that Batman and Bruce Wayne are one and the same. It appears she is currently tracking her father, Carl Beaumont, a businessman in the Batman mythos known for having a couple encounters with the Gotham Mafia. Unfortunately, she's had no luck on her end, and asks Bruce to keep her informed of anything he learns. Whether or not Miss Beaumont has become the Phantasm by this point is unclear, but it's nice to know that Bruce had some connections in his early days. Aside from his butler, that is. And with that, the episode comes to an end. 5 secrets of Arkham you may not have known in Batman Arkham Origins. I want to once again thank you for the amazing support on this series so far. It means so much that you're all here for this. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to leave a like. If you have any thoughts, comment below, and subscribe if you want to see more. Peace out, Gothamites, because I hear Batman has a list of his own, and for your own sakes, I hope you're in the nice column.